Alright guys, how's it going? I hope you're doing very well. Now the next Blender Octane tutorial is the Triplanar map. Now it works kinda like Triplanar Projection, but it lets you input textures. Now the best way I can describe this is, think of adding a box over your object, and each side of the box projects an image onto the object. So it's very good for doing things like mixing, and I'll give you a working example here. So I have these RGB colours, and I'm just going to quickly put these into the positive and negative of the XYZ coordinates. So you can see here. So let's put these in. So if we take the positive axis, this should be purple, and if we switch it around, it should be green. And one thing that you might notice, that this is pretty harsh. It's pretty daunting. So we can put the blend angle up, and this pretty much acts like a blurring filter. So you can start to get a little bit nice linear fall off. The object's not as you know what I mean. So that is pretty much the triplanar. Now this can be used in conjunction with things like procedurals. You don't necessarily need to use RGB colours. So I've got 3 procedurals set up here, and what I'm doing is I'm actually using a triplanar projection onto the procedural. So I can put these into the positive and negatives, and we can start to mix stuff up. Let's just do stuff like this. And you can see that we now have 3 different procedurals all mixed together, and we could essentially drive all of these numbers with something like a driver or something as well. And of course, if we put the blender angle up, it's a little bit nicer. So that is pretty much the Triplanar Map Node. It pretty much projects like a box onto your object. Anyway, you know what to do. Take care.